I'm not as rich as you guys, but I'm definitely happy.
Right, and that's the most important thing,
I think
right?
so.
Yeah.
I was training every day, and
And so when you came back to Japan, was it a very hard transition for you? Because back then, judo would have been the dominant sport, right? And then for jiu-jitsu,
but I did my small researches about jiu-jitsu in Japan.
yeah.
So when I was working for Nissan, I came back to Japan every year for vacation for 1 week. So every time I come back, I go visit the Japanese BJJ schools.
Yeah, the big ones, right?
Yeah, but they were smaller.
Oh,
then.
back
But
then,
there
yes,
are many in Tokyo. So
Okay.
I got a few connections. So go visit there and train a little bit.
Yep.
But I felt so different when I joined and when I dropped into those schools. Mainly reason is people are quiet
Right,
and so serious.
right.
In the US, people listen to instruction like this,
Yes,
talking
yep.
and make fun of,
Yep.
making joke. And it's more like
A bit more casual versus a bit more formal. Yeah.
exactly.
Less hierarchy in America, more
I think
hierarchy
so.
in
I
Japan.
think so. Well, we still have respect to the
Yes.
instructors, senseis, but it's more casual. So, and I like that style. I like that way because that's the first martial arts I ever learned. So the Japanese way was a little bit awkward for me,
Right.
but I know why, because that's our culture.
Okay.
Showing respect to the others, showing respect to the instructors.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to do my way in Japan.
Yes.
Because it must be new, and I felt good about the American style. Why not the others? I want to do something different from the others. So, so I tried to learn.
So you opened up your own gym back then?
Yes,
In
2004. Yeah.
And you gave up your career?
Yes, but to open my school, I have to quit my job.
Yep.
And I set up a year and a half for full-time training.
Okay.
Right. So it's a little bit of hustle to quit the company.
2004. Wow.
Yeah. So
that's
I quit my
15 years
job
ago.
in 2003, end of 2002, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you seen jiu-jitsu? So jiu-jitsu around the world has exploded, has grown tremendously.
Sure.
Has it exploded in Japan? And have you been there to watch it grow and watch it change?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you've seen and how the landscape's changed and where it is now?
So what I felt when I was still an employee and it's just casual jiu-jitsu practitioner, I saw the difference in Japanese jiu-jitsu schools. One, mainly because of the cultural difference, but two, the origin. The BJJ in Japan is mainly led by Yuki Nakai. So he's more like the originator in Japan.
Yeah.
and he's a legend. You know, he's a fighter, but his origin is not exactly BJJ.
Right.
You know, he's a fighter from the beginning. He practiced wrestling. He practiced Kosen Judo. Well, Kosen Judo is pretty close to Jiu-Jitsu, but it's not exactly the same. Different mindset, and he's an MMA guy. So, but he's the originator. So basically, the Japanese BJJ is spread out mainly from Yukinai. So the culture, BJJ culture, is not exactly the same.
Right.
You know, I started at the Gracie Academy. Just so much respect to the Gracie families, instructors, you know, the self-defense.
I see that you still have a picture of Grandmaster up there.
True. You know, he's my idol. He's my god. Because when I was at the Gracie Academy, he was there. Okay. He visited LA like every 3 months or something. He stayed there and you know, watch the classes. He was like pretty like 90 something already. But so, he was in the gi and come to the class.
Yeah, he's a legend in the sport. Absolutely, 100%.
And then when he passed away, he was 96, I guess. But he was good and healthy until the day come. So I want to be like him. Right. You know, I want to continue my jiu-jitsu like him.
Do you ever look back at your time when you were most depressed at Nissan before you started jiu-jitsu and think, I don't ever want to be that version of myself, and I just want to be more of the I try to achieve the Helio, the Gracie lifestyle, and try to be fit and live a happy lifestyle and a fit lifestyle, as opposed to a high stress chasing the wrong thing.
Of course, that's what happened at the first stage of my jiu-jitsu experience. You know, I forgot to mention, after the 3 months since I started training, I lost that first 30 pounds.
Yes, because you managed to cut down to lightweight. Yeah.
And I felt so good. And I felt confident walking down the street or you know, at the parking space. You know, because I learned those Gracie Jiu-Jitsu self-defense. You know, I know how to, you know, look around and, you know, feel the environment. You know,
just more in tune with yourself, right?
So change my views, change my life in a positive way. Lost my weight, and I look, you know, I feel much stronger and confident. Masculine.
So I also work in corporate in Australia. High stress environment as well, massive organization. Something that I've been trying to get across a message, get across to some of my colleagues who might not do jiu-jitsu, about balancing work and life, and adding sport in there somewhere. A question for you, now I have my own opinions, I just wanted to get your opinion because you've been on a similar journey, is how important is it for someone to be able to get away from work and not have 100% of their life with the stress of work? Like whether it might not be jiu-jitsu, it might be tennis, going for a run, going to the gym, balancing that life, because in the corporate world, it can get very stressful very quickly.
Well, so jiu-jitsu to me is the best options because I know the result. You know, it came out only after 3 months. I realized, jiu-jitsu changed my life. You know, I felt good. You know, physically, mentally, and also another thing is I could start talking to people in English. I got confident. So everything just, you know, worked positively for me. So jiu-jitsu is just all good.
And was it positive? So I hear a lot about the physical aspects, the mental aspects. That would have been a huge change. You would have gone from a very almost depressed point, and it would have dragged you back up into a more of a connected,
confident, happy life.
Fantastic.
So it's not just jiu-jitsu. Like you said, it can be jogging, it can be tennis, playing soccer. But
there's something to break the cycle,
But one thing great about jiu-jitsu is you don't get bored easily.
Yeah.
Of course, you get to see the plateau times sometimes, but I know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to share my experience and knowledge to my students. You know, of course, the same method can be applied to the other sports, but I know Jiu-Jitsu. So I started in '98. So this year marks 21 years, right? So
Do you train children as well?
oh yes,
You do?
Oh yes.
Okay, so how different is training children in Japan when they have judo as almost part of the school curriculum?
Well, discipline, I think, comes first in Japan. However, I was actually helping the kids class in the US. I was an apprentice kind of situation, so I was happy to help every single class. So I was helping the kids class, and the class was more like playground. Yeah, the instructors are like not, I don't know, controlling too much.
Yeah.
But to my mentality, how does that, happen? You have to tell, hey, stop, just shut up.
Yeah.
And that's more like a Japanese mentality. But they didn't do it. But the class is still going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it happened. So I tried to bring that idea to Japan, but I just couldn't do it.
Okay.
So my Japanese mentality comes out for the kids class more than the adults class.
Right.
So for the kids, I'm more like what do you call strict? Strict.
Yeah, more of a controlled environment.
Yeah.
Structure, more of a structure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for the adults, I'm much less casual. I'm more casual.
How do the Japanese children adapt with judo going on in the background as well?
Well, judo is the part of the physical education, but you have options. You have either kendo or judo. Maybe you have some other options. Do you want Matt?
That's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, that should be okay. Okay, so you've got that as a background as a physical education at school.
And judo is getting less popular. Yeah, because we have baseball and soccer became so big last 20, 30 years, I think. So judo is not one of the most popular sports anymore.
Okay.
Still, parents trust in judo and karate as
traditional,
as a traditional or educational. Good manners.
So if there's parents out there who are thinking of jiu-jitsu but they don't know anything about jiu-jitsu,
that's the reality.
What advice would you give the parents to get their kids into jiu-jitsu? Because it's really hard, right?
Yes. All I can say is I'm just sharing my good experience, and jiu-jitsu will make your kids better. I mean, give a better life. When I was younger, your position in the school, in the society, is kind of like a big deal. I don't want to get into the fight. I wasn't the bad kid. I wasn't the good kid either.
Yeah.
So I was like in between.
Okay.
So, but I was kind of afraid of getting picked on the bad guys. So I don't know how to deal with this if something happens. And if I knew jiu-jitsu, I could have been much more confident in schools.
Yes.
And then I don't have to, worry about what I say.
So it's not necessarily that you'll get into a fight. It's knowing and being confident that if something happened, you can protect yourself against any bullies.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah, it's a big deal for
And
the
so
kids.
that gives you freedom to go and study and freedom to go and express yourself
Exactly.
without being scared of the big kid or the famous kid or the popular kid.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite similar in
It
Australia.
is. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm Asian and smallest
Smaller,
person.
yeah.
So when I was growing up, same thing. Like
picked on.
Picked on, exactly. Yeah. Okay, well that's good to know. And I guess just in wrapping up, one final question for you is, with your journey and transition from Nissan, giving up the role, and then opening up your own school. It's been, 14, 15 years now.
So September is my 15th year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So, how has the journey been in running a jiu-jitsu school? Would you look back and ever think, what happens if I continued as a salaryman, and what happens if I didn't do this? Like, what are your thoughts around the switch?
Right. So I turned 50 this year, and I started to think about my life much more differently.
Philosophically, right?
Yeah. I mean, I decided when I started this in 2004, I made up my mind, I won't quit. I will do this until I die. So Gracie.
That's okay.
Yeah. So that's my bottom of my heart. But much. So I decided not to quit.
Yep.
I have to keep going. And luckily I have 100 some students to pay my bills. But basically I've been teaching every single class 6 days a week, from the kids class to the adult class. And I teach yoga class as well. And of course I have to do some business sides, accounting, promotions.
Yep.
Also I have my family life. So getting a little bit tired of doing everything by myself.
Right.
And I cannot be confident about the next 10 years.
Right.
So,
but the last 15 has been fantastic. It's been the best change.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I look back on the 15 years ago, no one knew me.
Wow.
And luckily I have few students come to train, and then I was able to bring them up to a good level. Most of the guys who started with me still with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of respect. A lot of testament to who you are as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at these people who's with me, is the energy for me to keep going. So I cannot break down now. I have to keep going.
Yeah.
I could go 15 years. It's not easy, but I could do it. Why not the next 10 years? But I have to change the work style. So now I'm working with Masato.
Yeah.
And he's my brother. He started almost at the same time at the Gracie Academy.
Wow.
We've been training. He did his own things for a long time.
Yeah.
But we still talk to each other, and last 2-3 years ago we started to get reconnected. And he trained again with me, and last year I talked to him about this, to do this together, and he just made up his mind.
So that when you transitioned, if I do my numbers right, you would have been 35.
Right.
That was the pinnacle almost. That's when your career is on the verge of taking off.
Yes.
It's a big step.
Well, yeah, I need a year and a half to be prepared.
Yes.
And also pretty much like a half a year or a year to quit the job.
Yes.
So
but still big move, right?
Oh yeah.
Especially in Asian culture, you've got a steady career path. To give that up and to start something where it's uncertain.
I guess so.
You don't know what you're jumping into. You got to invest money. You're not getting a salary anymore.
Right.
It's unstable. It's not certain. Not safe.
True.
That's massive.
But I had a little bit of confidence as well, because no one did Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in the right way. I mean, in the right way. I mean, from
your way, in what you experienced.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I practice his voice. I practice his brothers. The Heike. He's another instructor. He's not the family of Gracie, but he's a great instructor. He's another influence to me.
Right.
But anyway, so I got great instructors.
Yes.
Which I can, no one can
get that
imitate.
support,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was confident about that.
Yeah.
So I want to bring that to Japan.
Yes.
And if the other guys are doing BJJ here, why not?
Yes.
So I did, and I I was able to continue every year. First year, second year, third year, 10 years, 15 years.
Wow.
So I'm still having 100 some people. So that's a
Did you ever look back and maybe regret a little bit?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
When I had a reunion with the company guys,
Right.
they got more salary than
They
me.
get promoted. and-
Yeah,
Yep.
of course. But I can still see the stress and
wow.
they have to work
Yep.
long hours. So I'm not as rich as you guys, but I'm definitely happy.
Right. And that's the most important thing,
think
right?
so. I think so.
Well, thank you for your time. I think we've got to wrap up.
All right.
It's been an absolute pleasure to be welcomed into your home. This is your abode. And if you ever do come down to Australia, I'm sure my coach and the entire Australian
100%.
elite team will welcome you with open arms.
Definitely.
And we look forward to it.
Hey,
Max,
thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so
Thanks
much
a lot.
for the time.
Thank you.
And, come again.
Yes,
Right?
will do. All right. Thanks a lot. Thank
you.
you.